What up everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and become a member of the Wandering Dreamers. I don't know what that was. Is it a new thing? I don't know, we'll see. For the record, my sleeping pattern was completely messed up last night. I slept till 11:30 because I didn't go to bed till like late, like 3 I think it was. And so I feel like me as a person is messed up too. But on the upside, I am wearing a Batman shirt with Batman socks, so I got some kind of coordination going on today. But anyway, as you guys probably saw from the title, today's video will be a thrift haul of books, mainly children's books, and a couple of records that I found at the thrift store yesterday. And I thought it would be fun to share it with you guys because I love books, I like records, and yeah, my husband got me a really awesome music player for Christmas. It plays basically every type of audio that there is. It plays cassettes, CDs, USB, plays through Bluetooth, it plays records, it plays over radio, you can hook up an aux cable, it's got everything, and I absolutely love it. So I am now on the search for records to further build my collection and have more records to listen to. So as it's snowing outside, I figured it would be perfect for me to be able to do something. I also filmed a video yesterday, spoiler alert, it's a makeup video, but I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of the look that I did, so I really hope you guys enjoy it. But anyways, without further ado, let's just get right into it. So I did get one book for myself. I got mostly children's books because I do have a little nephew who's almost 1 year old, and I realized the other day that I didn't really have much for him at our house for him to play with when he came over. I don't really have any kids' toys, and I don't really have a lot of like baby books or like smaller kids books. I have had books that I read when I was like younger, so like between 8 and 12 or whatever, but no like books that were geared mainly towards very small children. So I figured I would go to the thrift store and see what kind of nice books they had there, and they had a lot of really awesome ones, so I can't wait to go into those and show them to you. But as I was looking through the kids books, I found this, which is another version of Alice in Wonderland, and of course I had to pick it up because, as I mentioned in a different video, I am slowly working on building my collection of Alice in Wonderland themed books and versions of Alice in Wonderland, so I was really excited to find this book. It is like bigger print, so it would be more for, you know, like kids who are just starting to read or whatever, and the art in it is really cool. It's a little bit different. I don't know, it looks really neat. That's what some of the artwork looks like. Find some other ones, other good ones. And there's Alice with the little pig from the story. And yeah, there we have the Mad Hatter. So yeah, and the cover, I don't know, I thought it was really great, and I was super happy to find this. Next, I'm going to show you guys the records that I found, and they are 2 classical music records, one of Mozart and one of Handel. These records have more on them than just by those composers. There's like Beethoven, Tchaikovsky, Wagner, Haydn, and Chopin and Bach. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of classical music. When I was in high school for our music class, for one of the tests, we had to learn a lot of the composers and like be able to recognize them by like very, very short pieces of their most famous, or one of their most famous works. So we had to listen to it in class a lot to kind of get an idea of how they sounded. And I loved listening to it, so I definitely enjoy having some classical music to listen to. Alright, so now we're gonna delve into the children's books. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 children's books. I figured go big or go home. This way I've got a whole bunch to get them started, and I have, yeah, and then I have a good selection for them right away. Of course I'm gonna continue to expand because you can never have too many children's books. I did mention I have a nephew, but I also have a little niece on the way. She's not born yet, but she's due end of February, so it's very soon now, and I'm so excited. But yeah, the first few we have are from Bright and Early board books, which I think are so great for kids because they're not paper, they can't rip the pages, And yeah, and they're easy to turn, you know, like for little hands to get in there. So I got 3 from Thomas and Friends. This is the first one. It's Blue Train, Green Train. And then I've got Stop Train Stop and A Crack in the Track. And I don't know, I think Thomas and Friends is a really cute kind of series for especially little boys. I mean, you know, girls can like trains too, but I think that my little nephew is really gonna enjoy these. My nephew's at the stage right now where he's pulling himself up on things, and he kind of lost interest in his toys because he's more interested in the fact that he can crawl now and like travel towards different things rather than sitting down and playing in one spot. So hopefully he'll still enjoy these, but if not, he can enjoy them when he's a little bit older. Now this one I'm super excited about because I loved it when I was a kid. My grandma had this book, and every time I was over when I was little, I loved looking through this book, and it is You Are Mine by Max Lucado. I think I'm saying that right. Next one is, I'm sure you guys all know the song You Are My Sunshine, and it's just a book that has a little poem or the little song in there. And I thought it would be cute that, you know, like I could sing it to them as they were looking at the pictures and stuff. So yeah, thought it was super cute. The next 3 are all kind of a set, I guess you could say, and they're also board books, but they are of 3 Disney princesses. I've got Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and Cinderella. So basically they're super short. They're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boards long. And so yeah, it basically just, you know, picks and chooses the sweet spots and the highlights of the story. Makes it a really cute and fun story for kids to, you know, learn about or whatever. You know, some of the movies, some parts of it would be scary for kids or whatever, but this one it picks and chooses like the nicest parts of the story and puts them into each of these books. And with me and my crazy love for Disney and books, I figured it was great. I'm like, yeah, let's start them young. Let's teach them that books are a good thing. And then I've got another 2 Disney books, but these ones are paper, and I also have Beauty and the Beast, and I also got Pinocchio. If you guys can't tell, Beauty and the Beast is my favorite. Honestly, I just love the story. I think it's not so much of a cliche. It's not the whole love at first sight thing. I love that Belle had to learn to love the Beast for who he was before he became a handsome prince, right? And I think it's a great lesson. But anyway, for these ones, they're a little bit longer, so they have a little bit more of the story in it, but I think it's still very child-friendly, which I love. And I remember I really loved the story of Pinocchio when I was a kid too. I read like a book like this before I saw the movie, and I loved it. And then I got some little golden books, which I remember when I was a kid, I absolutely loved these, and I think they're so great. I have one from Sesame Street, what does it say, From Trash to Treasure, and I got Peter Pan because you can't go wrong with Peter Pan, love that story. And then I also got The Jungle Book, and because you can't have a childhood without stories about animals, because talking animals were the bomb. And the 2 last ones are a little bit bigger, but I figured big was better sometimes for better pictures and things like that. So I got Jack and the Beanstalk, which, you know, you can't go wrong with this story either. I also grew up with this one and I loved it. And then I got this one, which is so cool because it's a 2-sided story. It's my side of the story, so it's also Peter Pan. So you get Peter Pan's side of the story, but then you flip it over, read it the other side, and it kind of gives you Captain Hook's side of the story, because if you really think about it, Peter Pan was so mean to Captain Hook. Like, Captain Hook is considered the villain, but Peter Pan was the one that got Captain Hook's hand bitten off, if that makes sense. So it's cool that they have a book that kind of shows you both sides of the stories, and it has really great pictures in there as well, which I think is an absolute must when it comes to reading kids stories, because if you just read it to them, they lose interest, but if they have something to look at, it makes it a lot more interesting for a lot longer. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one. So that's all the books I ended up getting from the thrift store. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also give it a thumbs up if you enjoy book hauls like this, and if you love children's books. I know even if you're older, you can still enjoy children's books. There's nothing wrong with picking up a good kid's book every now and then and reading through it and just having a good smile or a good laugh, because you need to grow up with the child inside of you. You can't just shut it out, because life is so boring when you don't see things in that childlike wonder. So keep that up, guys. Do not ever lose sight of your childlike wonder. Other than that, never stop dreaming or shooting for the stars, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.